everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would show you all how to make a DIY black peeling blackhead mask. I'm sure you've seen these all over the internet. They really kicked off several months ago and I saw some really great results and I thought, oh wow, I really need to get my hands on one of those. It's so therapeutic watching all the rubbish come out of your face. One thing I did find is that when I was looking at buying one for myself, they were quite pricey. So naturally, thrifty me thought there must be an easier way. And I did find a way to create your own, and it includes some ingredients that you probably wouldn't suspect, and you're probably going to watch me make it and think, what is she doing? Now excuse the lack of makeup and the generally image. I just figured there's probably literally no point putting makeup on because I am peeling rubbish out of my face. I don't want to be putting rubbish into my face before I do that. Now there's a few things that you will need before you get started. A makeup brush, that's optional, but it's just easier to apply the mask with a brush rather than trying to use your fingers. It's just easier and it'll probably get in all the crevices better than your fingers could. You'll need a bowl, PVA glue. Now that's the ingredient you're probably going to be thinking, is she alright? Does she need to see someone? But trust me, as long as it's non-toxic, then it'll be fine to put on your skin. Do you remember putting PVA glue all over your hands in nursery when you were younger and just watching it peel off? If you imagine that, you can get the idea as to why we're going to be using that to make the peeling blackhead removing mask. We're needing some activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is actually really easy to come by. It's the sort of thing that you never really see until you look for it, and then you see it everywhere. It's available in most drugstores, or you can buy it really easily online. I think I bought this tub, which goes a long way. I bought this for like £10 online somewhere. You're also going to be needing a facial cleanser. Now I'm going to be using my Body Shop Tea Tree Skin Clearing Foam Cleanser. I just find it really fun to use. I don't know if it's the best one to use, but it works well for me. The thing that you'll want to do is to cleanse your face. I'm going to show you how to do mine just because I'm sure you all know how to cleanse your face, but I do really enjoy how the foam cleansing one looks and it all bubbles away on your skin, so I'm just going to record it. Just knocked over some conditioner on the floor. It wouldn't be a tutorial video without me knocking something over, would it? You'll probably notice as well I've got incredibly blotchy, patchy skin, so whenever I put anything on it, it goes fluorescent red. But what I really like about that foaming cleanser is that it really mattifies my skin. Like afterwards now, it's like I can feel all the pores closing up, which I can just feel it working away, and I just feel like it's so much cleaner already. The next thing you want to do is get your flannel and put some hot water on it, and then basically open up your pores using the hot water. I'm really not looking forward to do this. The weather is too hot to be putting hot things on your face. Why? Now the reason we put a hot flannel on is just to open up the pores, so that means that you can get some more blackheads basically. Oops. So now we're going to be putting some of the activated charcoal, just a little bit, you don't need loads. Whoops! And I always put way too much in. The other thing to note about this activated charcoal as well is that it can stain white surfaces, so you've got to be quite careful not to cover your countertop with this. Then you want to be putting your PVA glue in, and it's just, there's no exact measurement, you just kind of got to mix it up and see what happens. You basically want it to have this sort of like stringy effect. I think I'm going to put some more activated charcoal in here just because it's gone a bit grey. I think I put a little bit too much PVA glue in there. So now we're just gonna take our little mixture and apply it to the problem areas, which for me is all around my cheeks, on my nose and my chin. Now, one thing I will note is try your best to avoid hair and also to avoid this under eye area because that skin is really thin and really sensitive. And last time I did this, I sort of coated this bit and it was so painful to take off. If you do get some on some hairy areas, and it's really painful, do remember that you can just wash it off with water. Don't try tugging at it and really irritate your skin. Do just leave it on, take everything else off, and then just wash off the remainders with water. Another thing to note as well is this stuff is really gloopy and it can drip quite a lot as well, so make sure you haven't got a white t-shirt on because that won't end well for you.
Whoa, that's way too much.
To avoid the gloopiness, another thing I do is when I've finished applying it, I sort of wipe off the excess from the brush and I just sort of clean up the edges just so they don't drip too much. It's inevitable, it's gonna drip, but just to avoid it dripping too much. So every tutorial that I've watched online says to leave it 15 minutes to 20 minutes and then to peel it off. In my experience, it takes much longer than that to dry. So I normally leave it just until it dries. And you know what, you can just feel it when it's dried. So it's a lot more matted. It's still a bit shiny, but it's a lot more matted when it's completely dried. And you'll notice if you do try and peel it off too soon, it won't come off because it's still wet and it's still stuck to your face. You'll try and peel it off and it won't be as satisfying, it won't come off in one piece. So just leave it as long as you possibly can and do set aside enough time in your day to be able to do this, because if you're gonna do this in a rush and expect it to come off nicely in 10 minutes, it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna leave this to dry after I've sorted this little droopy bit out, and I will see you and I'll let you know how long it took to dry. I'm gonna guess around half an hour. I think that's what it was last time, so I'll see you then. I'm back. It's really hard to move my face, so please excuse me. It's now been 40 to 45 minutes. It's still not completely dry, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm really bored of not being able to move my face, not being able to drink, not being able to eat. So I'm just gonna remove it and hope for the best. Now the trick is trying to find a bit that you can actually grab. Yeah, just a little advisory, it does hurt to peel it off. You can see it's still wet on the bottoms here where I've packed it on a bit thick. That's a good look for me. I'm just gonna wash the rest of this off just so you can take me a bit more seriously. So obviously it's not a massively visible difference. I never find that it takes that much out of my actual skin. I can never really see that much on the strip. However, it does definitely close up my pores. I've got really wide pores on my cheeks here. I'll show some close-ups in a minute, but I just feel like it definitely closes up my pores. I would definitely not personally run out and buy these really expensive Blackhead packs. I would just more than happily do it myself. I think the PVA glue tub that I bought was only £3 and you get a tub like this. And then the charcoal powder was £10. And as you saw from me making it, a little goes a long way. And you can also use this stuff to whiten your teeth, which I will show you in another video if you would like. Please comment below if you'd like to see that. I hope you really enjoyed this video and I hope that you'll all try this at home. Please let me know in the comments if you found this video interesting and if this is something that you would try personally. Let me know if you've tried one of the ready-made peeling Blackhead masks and if you found it worked for you. As I've said, I've never had the results that you see on these Instagram videos where it just yanks loads of stuff out of your pores. I always find blackheads after. I don't think it pulls everything out. But then again, are you really surprised? Does anything ever work like it's supposed to? I would much prefer to make it myself much more cheaply and cheerfully and just be happy with the results, knowing that it's not gonna completely abolish every flaw, it's just gonna clean up your skin just a little bit. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up. Know if there are other tutorials that we should try or other things that I could try and make a DIY out of, and I'll try and do that for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time, bye!